Well, China arresting nearly 200 journalists for their reporting on Chinese stock crashing and a recent chemical blast in a factory in Tianjin. To Gordon Chang now, who thinks China intervening in markets could bring disaster for the country. Well, by their very nature, the communists intervene in markets, but particularly on this arresting of the 200 journalists that are reporting on this and other people that have been reporting on the stock market. The communist system is ingrained in the communist leadership, obviously, and the communists love to create scapegoats, whether it's the capitalist roaders from the Mao Zedong era or whatever. Are they going back into that, where they're looking for somebody to blame for all the problems, and it's going to be the private sector?
Yes, under Xi Jinping, the current ruler of China, we're seeing a real return to Maoist themes. And that's why we have these journalists and others who are paraded on China's Central Television, the state broadcaster, giving
they have the big dunce hats like they used to have with Mao?
They don't have the dunce hats, but clearly this is going back to an earlier era. And we had 197 bloggers and journalists detained. You know, the question is, well, why does it matter for us? Well, the reason is last month, the central bank blamed Morgan Stanley for the problems in the market. This month, they're blaming the Federal Reserve, and this means that basically Beijing cannot maintain good relations with the United States.
Now, let me just put it out there. The SEC, of course, blames traders sometimes. They blame individuals for sometimes coming out with information that they're not supposed to have. So is it a legitimate excuse on the part of China in any way, shape, or form to come out and criticize some people who they say are manipulating the market?
Well, clearly not, because essentially, you know, just to give you a flavor of what China's doing, a couple days ago, Xi Jinping blamed the Dalai Lama for the fall in the Chinese stock market. He said economic terrorism. This is ludicrous. And this is
how did he do it? By telepathy or what? I mean, how did the Dalai Lama affect the stock market?
Who's in India, by the way. Well, His Holiness said, well, maybe all the world is connected and that he's responsible for all the good and bad in the world. But, you know, this is a problem because it shows that the Communist Party doesn't have legitimacy right now. And clearly they're trying to find an enemy. And that enemy, in many cases, is not only His Holiness, but it's us.
Okay, but let's bring it back to the stock market in China, because a lot of the people that hold stocks are the insiders, are people in government. They don't want to see the stock market crash. I'm wondering about this commitment that they came out with today, where they say they're not going to use any more government funds to manipulate the market one way or the other. Do you believe them?
No, I don't. You know, they didn't intervene very much on the last Monday. They weren't in the market at all Tuesday and Wednesday. But Thursday and Friday, they were in a big way, up 5.3 on Thursday, up 4.8 on Friday. And today, although it was down 0.8, there was clear government intervention in the last 90 minutes.
They're giving me a wrap, but I have to ask about this state visit of President Xi. He's coming here this month, well, in September. Big dinner at the White House with all the bells and whistles. What do you think about that?
Clearly inappropriate, considering what Beijing has been doing. We should talk to the Chinese, but, you know, we don't need to give them the pomp and circumstance, which they want because of legitimacy.
Gordon Chang, Coming Collapse of China author. Good to see you, Gordon. Thank you very much.